Yo, I'm back to talk about another one of my favorite kit guns, and that is the Sporelacer. It shoots little explosive infested eggs that blow up, and they have more bomblets on top of that. It's kind of like a baby Brahma in your pocket, and you can make it a secondary, which is my favorite place to use it because if you looked yesterday, my most recent video, it was the Vermisplicer kit gun, which is a beam weapon as my primary, and these two, for the longest time, were my two most used kit guns. If we go by sort by used here, Vermisplicer, kit gun, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, Dumb and Dumber. I love these two kit guns. They're my favorites. I'm a big kit gun fan. I love these things. I got Haymaker, Splat, and Sporelacer obviously as my parts, and this thing cooks, and I still use it a lot. So let's just show it off here. As with every weapon, little baby guys gotta die first to stack your merciless arcane or whatever. But now this is an AoE monster. Boom, boom, boom. And I have a Pax Charge, I think it's called, or Pax Seeker, Pax Bolt, or whatever. So little Seekers do come out every now and then hit enemies in the head for tons of damage. But yeah, this thing cooks. I did a bad job there using the AoE part of it. I was doing a little bit more single target, aiming at one dude, but it's whatever. It's a good gun. Check out my build here. I do have 5 Forma. You don't need 5 Forma because I have a Riven, and I'll talk about the Riven first here. So it's bad. It's just damage and toxin because I don't really, honestly, a 60/60 mod. Pistol Pestilence is probably better here, and then you save yourself a Forma. You don't need one here. And then also when you what's it called? When you guild a kit gun, you get to put a polarity on it for free. So honestly, if you're like just using this gun, this is your build right here. This is what I would use. Obviously, you don't have the prime mods. You use the normal one. If you don't prime heated charge, you use normal heated charge, that kind of thing. Um, but this is my build. This is what I'm rocking. What is there else to say here? I mean, not much. It's just a normal multi-shot crit hybrid build, lethal torrent for tons of multi-shot, tons and tons and tons. Pack Seeker, that's the argument I have on. Anyways, but yeah, you don't need this. I have it on because it's more base damage and it is more toxin damage, so I can make viral. But honestly, the little bit of status chance I get may be better. This isn't shifting the needle much, trust. In fact, I'll just run this when I show this in the mission showcase now, just so you don't feel like you're getting scammed. All right, that's my build. Multi-shot, crit damage, pistol elementalist. I like the reload speed on top of merciless reload speed, and we are inflicting heat procs every now and then. So I mean, it's worth it. If you didn't know, this is a thing. So the bomblets, it's like the Brahma. So when the main egg explodes, bomblets come off of it, and those bomblets get a bunch of extra bonus damage from galvanized shot. I was looking at a spreadsheet yesterday, and the bomblets specifically are affected, not the main egg, because AOE weapons are exempt from galvanized shot, like it says in the mod. But the bomblets themselves that break off of the egg are not exempt. If the spreadsheet's correct, I mean stuff changes every day, well every patch, every week with this game. So that could be a thing. I don't know. I didn't really like it when I tried it out. I could feel a little bit of a difference, but it wasn't anything crazy. But I like Element this on, and it's also a more accessible mod for more people because this is kind of an early game weapon. Lethal Torrent, Fire Rate, Multi-Shot. We love Multi-Shot on our big AoE weapon here. Frostbite because we're making viral. Primed Heated Charge because we want viral heat. Obviously, if you're priming with Nourish on your Warframe, you could run Corrosive Heat instead. Um, Elementals are always swappable, but everything else is kind of set in stone here. And this thing's great. I love this kit gun. As you saw, it's one of my most used weapons in the game. Well, it is one of my most used weapons in the game, top 2. And it is number 2. So that's what we got going on. I'm going to hop in mission now, that exact build. And I'll see you there to try out this kit gun. And we'll nuke some bad guys. Alright, here we are in some Lua Survival. I have the Regia, the Sentinel equipped, and he is priming with cold damage, so we do a little bit more crit damage with our gun, but it's not that much. And I am on Corvex just to stay alive because he's a big tanky rock that doesn't die. Tons of armor. This gun is very loud, I'm realizing. But it is good. I don't even have primed Firestorm on. You see this AoE? Oh my gosh. This thing cooks. Why did I... The kick guns are so slept on. Well, I guess this one. Not all the kick guns. Well, Rattle Guts is pretty good for a high fire rate weapon. Tomb Finger's still good. I made a video on that. I think most of the kick guns are still pretty solid, to be honest. Catch Moon, I think it could honestly, they Giga nerfed it so long ago. If you were playing back when Fortuna first came out, you know about Catch Moon. I think they could raise the base stat, or whatever, revert the nerf they put on it, because, like, we have the Bass Assist now, which is a primary, but it's literally just a better Catch Moon. Any, like, wave weapon like that, like the Bass Assist, the Arcoplasmor, they're just better Catch Moons, you know? And I feel like the Catch Moon could definitely get its numbers back after all the nerfs it got. Yeah, but I think all the kick guns are in like a really good spot, I guess, especially for newer players, because you can get them really early. I guess maybe that's why they're balanced the way they are. I don't know. I say that as I'm on Steel Path, Lewis Survival, and I'm just absentmindedly nuking all these guys just left and right. Talking about how they're not as strong as other stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, like, if you want to be like actually, Incarnins are better. Like, there's not much you could say about it. Like, running a 3 Incarnin loadout versus 2 kit guns and a Zal loadout will always be better, but like, the customizability is there with the parts, and I don't know. I like kit guns. I use them a lot. Zals, though, nah, okay, I'm not a Zal guy. Listen, I can cope and have fun with my kit guns. I can't make a case for Zals. I know there's some like gimmicky stuff with like hammer slam builds, right? You can get the slam that like sucks guys in or whatever. That's a Zal arcane. And there's one where like you slam and you get energy back based on enemies hit. So that one's neat, but I don't know. I couldn't. You know, let me know if you got Zal ideas. Maybe I'll do something about it. I did use a Zal with a ribbon with the Exodia Contagion. Exodia, whichever one chucks out a projectile. Actually, that's fun. You could make like a attack helicopter Wisp. You could be like a freaking AC-130 on Wisp with the Zal Arcane that makes you throw a projectile. And then your stealth as Wisp, getting stealth bonus damage in the air with your Zal projectile. So that's fun. I've done that. But I don't think I've used the same Zal projectile for Profit Taker for a while, but people have like figured out Profit Taker. I'm sure there's like a more up-to-date guide that doesn't include using a Contagion Zal to throw a projectile at it for one of your elementals. I don't know. It's been a while since I've grinded that big spider robot. Yeah, kick gun's good. We're at 4 minutes here almost. What are we at? 320? Okay, so not 100 kpm. But I mean, shit, life support staying up. Nothing like tanky is really getting in the way. I mean, that guy's immune. We did get the buff on our gun from the reactant, but like, I was doing just fine before that. If that really offends you so much, then I'm very sorry. Oh no, we didn't. Oh no, we did. Why did I just have to reload? Wait, what? I didn't even hit the reload button. I'm confused. I'm supposed to have infinite ammo, no? Did I find a bug? Wait. You see that, right? It's shimmering gold? Like, I got the reactant buff with the bug. Okay. Is that a bug that it stays, like, it lingers? After it disappears? I don't know. I kind of stood around a little bit. We lost a decent amount of life support doing that, but I think I'm the silly goose here. Look at that. We got a sentient. Sentient's dead. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was a really short timer. I don't know. But oh, perfect. We got some Thrax going. We'll burst down this guy. 1 mag. I think that was 5 shots, and we got 11 in the chamber. Yeah, I think it was 6. I didn't even have to worry about the acolyte there. You know, wasn't malice. So, you know, we're cooking. If you've watched other videos, you know all about my beef with that malice bubble, I'll tell you. I've killed myself so many times in game with that bubble. Sheesh kaboobies. I didn't get my Nautilus Prime Cerebrum. Sag. Alright, I'm out of here. Well, we gotta kill these Thrax first. Honestly, Thrax aren't that big of a deal. You know, most weapons should be able to deal with them fine. Do that. Moderai. Boop. Oh, skill issue. And they're gone. Reactivate that. Let me put my pillars down. And I'll do this. This. And now I can just stand here. Alright, well, that's it. That's the video. That is my favorite kit gun of all time. Second favorite-ish favorite. Most used, whatever you want to say. Sporelacer Kitgun, very good. Vermisplicer Kitgun, talked about it in my most recent video, very good. Use them both, build them both. They both use Haymakers, but well, no, the other one uses Palmaris. It uses Palmaris Vermisplicer Splat. This one uses Haymaker Splat with the Sporelacer attachment, and that's it. Adios. See you later. I'm out of here.